To evaluate the efficiency and performance of steam turbine, we need to understand very well the thermodynamic cycles happening uh, in the turbine, illustrated in these figures. So basically, first, this is the saturated water that is heated at and then pressurized at pressure of P1 here. So in which P1 is higher than P2. So the saturated water then uh, further heated, okay, heated to this temperature, the saturated temperature, and then evaporated. So basically to create a steam through this line, and then further heated to form a superheated steam at pressure 1 here. So this process typically happen in the boiler that in which we produce high pressure and superheated steam. In the next cycle, which is actually happen in the turbine, so isentropic expansion occur due to the shaft works. Basically, the pressure of the steam is used to rotate the shaft of the turbine to generate the power. In this case, then, because of that work, pressure goes down from P1 to P2, resulting in lower pressure steam. Okay, so here it is not only lower pressure steam, but during this process, some of the steam might be condensed into water. That's why instead of having steam at the saturated point, supposed to be here, we have a point lower here in which we have a mixture of liquid and steam. In the next process, um, the partially condensed steam undergoes the phase transition from partly steam from partly steam and liquid condensed further to form the liquid. So then the cycle can be repeated again and again and again um, to form the cycle. This is typically known as Rankine cycle to in power generation. So the most important step in the cycle which happen in the steam is actually step number 3 here, where we reduce the pressure isentropically from P1 to P2. So next we will discuss about isentropic change. So what is isentropic change? So if we have enthalpy to entropy diagram like shown in this graph, the ideal process of isentropic change from pressure 1 to pressure 2 is illustrated by using um, this graph. So this is actually the ideal process isentropic from point 1 to point 2. This is the ideal case. Uh, so isentropic process is an ideal process without change in entropy. The actual thing that is happen is actually this line. So this is the actual process. If you look at here, you see that the enthalpy H point 1 minus enthalpy at point 2 accent here, which is the isentropic, is higher than enthalpy at point 1 minus enthalpy at point 2. Because of this condition, okay, we then have a system with less than 100% efficiency. From this observation, the efficiency of the turbine is then defined. It is defined as, so this is the efficiency, isentropic efficiency of a turbine is equal to the real process, which is H1 enthalpy at point 1 minus the enthalpy at point 2 representing the real process divided by enthalpy at point 1 minus enthalpy at point 2 action 2 2 two ideal in which this point 2 is isentropic change. Our understanding on this cycle will allow us to later evaluate the efficiency of steam turbine. Okay, in this slide, you see the enthalpy entropy diagram. We will use this diagram a lot in order to evaluate the performance of the system. So, first of all, then, before we go into some exercise, let's look carefully into the diagram here. So, the straight line of for example, this one, I'll give you example. This is the isentropic lines. So basically, along these straight lines, the entropy of the system is the same. This line, the one line, so the horizontal line, okay, this is isentropy or equal entropy. Okay, the vertical line. So the horizontal line is basically isenthalpy. Isenthalpy is a line that having the equal enthalpy. Of course, enthalpy and entropy, we don't use it to operate our turbine. The one that we use typically is actually the temperature and the pressure. So which one is the pressure line? This is the pressure line. For example, here, okay, I will make a line here. So this line is actually the pressure line. The one that I draw here is isobaric line. So this is an isobaric line. This is basically equal pressure, and in this case the unit is megapascal. It is 1 megapascal or equal to 10 bar. And the last line, I will use different color, is actually the isothermal line. So isentropic line is the one that is bent. For example, at 400 degrees Celsius, this is the line for the 400 thermal line, and in this case it means this is an equal temperature, and in this case the temperature is 400 degrees Celsius.